Hello everyone, my name is Nikhil. Welcome to my channel. This is part 3 of Salesforce security video. It is in continuation to our previous video. In this video, we will cover three topics: Apex sharing, teams, and enterprise territory management. So let's move to our first topic, Apex sharing. I'll tell you the example when can we use Apex sharing. So suppose we want to give access to any users in a related list of an object, then in that case, we can use Apex sharing. Another example we can say is, so in a record, we have a lookup of a user and we want to share that record to that particular user, then we can use Apex sharing. Here we see the limitation of service sharing rule that when you create a service sharing rule, then you don't see a related object on which you want to put criteria. Then in that case, we can use API-based sharing rule. To access sharing programmatically, you must use share object associated with the standard or the custom object. So basically, for a standard object or custom object, we have an associated table with it, which which is such as, for example, for account, we have account share. For any custom object, it will be like, for example, job underscore C, we will have job underscore share. So this table we have to insert a record in this table to share to share that access programmatically. Apex sharing reason can be created only for custom object. This option is only available in Classic. So Apex sharing reason is actually a column in the sharing table, and if we want to populate that with any custom value, then can only be done for custom object, and that value can only be set in Classic, which we will see in our demo. Apex sharing reason can't be created for standard object. Okay, we will see this how what is Apex sharing reason is and how we can set this. If row cause is manual for standard object, then Apex sharing reason would be lost once the owner is changed. We will also see this. Sharing will not be lost for custom object and Apex custom Apex sharing reason when owner is changed. So it says that when Apex sharing reason is manual and if we change the owner, then that row will automatically be deleted from underscore share object. However, if the Apex sharing reason is not manual, if it is custom defined, then on the change of owner, it will not be lost, which means row will not be deleted from underscore share. Objects on the detail side of a master detail relationship do not have associated sharing object. The detail record access is determined by the master sharing object and relationship sharing setting. So child object will not have its associated share table. Now let's see the share table has these columns. One is parent ID. It means the parent ID here is the ID of the record to which row grants access. User ID of the group, the ID of a user or group to who you want to give access. Access level, level of access which the row allows, such as edit, row, or all. Row cause, which indicates the reason Salesforce grant access the user or group access to the record. So, for example, if somebody shares manually a record, then a entry would be created with the row cause as manual. A rule is a row cause becomes rule when, for example, if we want when we share a record through sharing rules, then automatically a row will be created in a share table with the row cause as rule. This is when this is the owner which automatically gets created when a record is assigned to any owner, and this is a custom defined which we'll see in our demo. So before we jump into this code snippet and try to understand this, let's get into a Salesforce environment and see how we can make this work. Now let's say we have these users in our environment, and Rob creates a row in job application object, and he wants to share that record with Tom Adam, who is a hiring manager. So let's log into Rob first. So I've logged in as Rob, and I'm going to create a one row in job application. Let's say I need a Salesforce developer, and we'll keep the age 30, expected salary as 120,000, and let's say we give Tom Madden as a hiring manager. Let's click on save. So this row, so this record has been created. Now we will log in as Tom Adam and see whether Tom Madden can see this record or not. So now I have logged in as Tom Madden, and here I will just refresh it here. Now I see I cannot, as a Madden, I cannot see that row, Salesforce developer. So this time what we will do, we will add our code and see how we can programmatically share a record with Tom Madden. So I will first copy this ID which I want to share, and I will also log out. So I have logged out successfully. Now I'll just go to developer console and put the ID here which I copied. So what it says is we are creating a object for this job application underscore share, and we are putting a record ID here, and which we are giving it to parent ID. Here I have copied the user ID of Tom Madden here, who I want to share. I just want to give read access, and I want to give row cause as hiring manager. I will also tell you how we can get this hiring manager here. If I don't give this here, then it will automatically row cause will be set to manual. But let me give this here first, and then I'll just insert. So code has been run. Now I will log in again as Tom Madden and see if Tom Madden has got the access or not. So let's refresh this. So after refresh, I can see Tom Madden got the access, but we gave the read-only access, so he should not be able to update this. See, you don't have necessary privilege. Now we will see the job application share table and what are the rows that got created. So I'll just so I put the parent ID here. Parent ID is nothing but the same ID. It's the ID of that record which we created for Salesforce developer. And I see here one is the record for the owner, who is Rob, and second is the hiring manager which we created programmatically. The third one is because of the sharing rule I set in our previous video that any record created by Rob will be shared by Sam. So this is got created by sharing rule. However, we need to focus on this one which we just created, this hiring manager. And now if what will I do is if I just don't give this here and I click on this part, then you will see that another one gets created with the row cause as manual. Now let's see how we can give this row cause custom row cause. So for that we need to go to Salesforce Classic, we need to go to our object. This is the job application object, and here we'll go view object. Here you need to scroll down, and in that you'll find here Apex sharing reason. Here all I did is clicked on new and provided the reason here, record label and record name. That's it. And then I can use that as a row cause. Now the difference here is, now if I just change the owner of from Rob to something else, then a manual row will be deleted, but not the hiring manager. We can see this by going to job application here. Now on this, let's go to previous example of previous record. Now we will go here and change the from Rob to somebody else. Let's change it to tweet. Now after changing this owner, let's go back and refresh this. Now we should have 3 rows. Manual got deleted. Now let's see something else. Now there are two type of sharing. One is user managed sharing versus Apex based sharing. The only difference between these two is that row cause is set to when row cause is set to manual, then the sharing is treated as user managed sharing. However, when row cause is set to Apex sharing reason, the sharing is treated as Apex managed sharing. It is not deleted when the record owner is changed, which we saw in our demo. And this one, user managed sharing, gets deleted when record owner is changed. And this is how we do it. Now let's see some examples of what row cause reason can exist. We have already seen the owner. When a record is whoever the owner of that record is, one row will be created for that owner. Manual is some when you do manual sharing from a click of a manual button, or we can do it programmatically the way we saw it. A rule is when a sharing rule creates this entry, and then when we have an implicit child, a parent record share access with its children, a child record share access with its parent. Then we have implicit person, a person account sharing. Team user is a member of a team. Uh, when we will create a team and assign it to a account, then a row will be created with the reason as team. Then we will go through enterprise territory management, and there we can also have a row cause like territory manual. We will also see these in our video. So let's move to our next topic, which is teams. It is particular sharing process specifically for a limited set of Salesforce standard objects, including accounts, opportunity, and cases. Account teams help multiple users to better collaborate on account by defining a role for each team members, setting record level access individually, and viewing teams in list views and reports. When enabled, the account teams features available in Salesforce Lightning and Classic and mobile app. User may prepare default account teams for speedy setup of new accounts. Account teams are not the same as opportunity teams. Only owner, people higher in the hierarchy, administrator can add team members and provide more access to member. This is an important thing to remember, that only owner and people higher in the hierarchy or administrator can add team member. Take an example when we need to use these teams. When we have a large set, complex sales division, or an organization by default for account and opportunity set to private. So for strategic accounts, a team is established with user fulfilling various roles, Salesforce engineer, sales rep, instead of using manual record sharing to provide access to the account, enable account teams. Not only this will solve the record sharing requirement, but it will also provide a clear mechanism to document which user relationship to each account. Another example, if you want to pair up one person with another for documentation collaboration for account, then we can use teams. So I'll say, for example, if somebody from sales engineer, somebody from sales rep always need to collaborate together for some strategic accounts, then team is a uh, one wonderful way for you to give access or to two different people from different teams. But if it's one time only, then we'll go for manual. But if it is happening on recurring basis and we need two person to uh, pair up, then in that case we will use teams. We need to enable account team from the setup first. So let's see how it works. So here I'll go to, first of all, I'll go to setup. I'll just log out. I'll come back to Lightning first. And now we are in setup. I'll go to teams. Here I'll click on account teams. Now we are on account teams. So first thing we need to, if you want to set up account teams, first we'll come on this page, then we'll enable the account team, and then we need to set up team roles. Let's say I say give a role like strategic accounts. I'll simply say strategic accounts and click on save. Now, once this role has been set up, I'll just go to the list of users and I will log in as Rob. Now, before I log in as Rob, what I'm trying to here do is, if an account is created and Rob is a owner, then I want to assign that record also to share. So basically, I want to share that record with uh, Tom Madden here. So I will log in here first. Now I have logged in as Rob and I'm going to create one account here. I'll click on new. Let's say account name is Pfizer and I'll just click on save. So this account has been created and owner is Rob. Now if I go to a related list here, I can also see the account team here. If you do not see this account team, just go to page layout and drag this. So here you can see if any team member has been added. So we do not have any team member. Let's see if Tom Madden can see this account or not. So here I have logged in as Tom and I will refresh here. So after refreshing, I don't see Pfizer account here. So what I will do here is I will go back as a Rob and add here a team member manually. Now here I'll say, okay, I want to share with Tom Madden, and team role is the same thing which we defined. Here we will say strategic accounts, and this tells what access you want to give to Tom. So I'll simply keep it read and I'll click on save. Now I'll go here and again log in as Tom and I will refresh this list. See, now Tom is able to see this Pfizer account, and you have one more row created here. Now, what if you want to speed up this process? Like whenever the account is created by Rom, you need to automatically assign this to Tom because Tom is a default team member uh, of Rob. So in that case, we can go here and add a default team. Okay. So here it says if I try to add, cannot add default team, ask the record owner to set up a default account team and try again. We'll try again. So to fix that error, we will add and to also add a user to a default team of this Rob. We'll go to user and click on Rob. So remember we were getting this error when we were clicking on add default team. We'll simply go here and go to this default accounting team as we have no one here. So we will add Tom. So team role, strategic accounts, and click on save. Now whenever Rob is going to create any account, Tom will automatically be a part of it and Tom would be able to see any accounts created by Rob. We can check this by logging back to Rob. Now we are going to create an account. We have created an account here and let's see if the Tom has already been added as a default member or not, team member. So see, Tom has already been added. Now even if you log into Tom, you would be able to see this account. So that's how team works. Now we will move to our next topic, which is enterprise territory management. So what is enterprise territory management? It helps to manage and maintain company sales territory. ETM organizes your account, opportunity, leads, and cases by territory. Easy to keep track of which reps are assigned to which account or opportunity by allocating resources efficiently. Basically, if we need to share accounts based on any characteristic of account, such as area or annual revenue, then we go to enterprise territory management. Why we need territory management? It maximizes the productivity, it improves the sales by assigning sales territory to individual representative. It is easy to make assignment between territory, accounts and opportunities. report helps team organizers for optimal coverage and assess territory effectiveness. So I'll say, like for example, a person who is who knows his area very well and he can do his sales in his area very good, and you want to assign the targets or sell your products to your accounts, then then you can use this enterprise territory management, and your sales rep can be assigned to those accounts through enterprise territory management. And it's not only geographically we can do this. We can also categorize our accounts based on the premium, or a gold account or a silver account based on the annual revenue the account gives to us. So I would say it's like mimicking role hierarchy, but instead of role, we may use region, territory, or any accounts characteristics such as revenue they generate. Kind of custom role hierarchy to generate healthy competition or improve sales or organize. Now we will go see some important concepts for territory management. Create territory type, build a model, and then add and test your account assignment rules. When you're satisfied with your model, then activate it and then assign user an account. ETM uses territory type, territory model, and territory model state. These components let you create and preview territory structure and strategies before you activate and implement the one that works best. It can be used in collaborative forecast also, as we can use forecast by territory. Now let's see some territory term management terms. So these are some things which we use and we will see in our demo. That what is territory? This helps you organize group of accounts and the sales rep who work with those accounts. Type actually determines the denominator. For example, you want to establish territory based on the revenue of accounts, based on the geographical areas, then this comes into picture. Now, territory type priority, it helps you choose the appropriate territory type for the territory you create or edit. Territory model represents a company territory management system for your company. It lets you create and preview multiple territory structure and different account and user assignment before we activate it. Territory hierarchy. It shows a model territory structure, serve it as a main interaction point. Territory model state indicate whether a territory is in planning stage, active, or archive state. Now let's jump into a demo. So this is in our demo org. I have just typed territory here on our setup, and I've reached to this page where for the first time you will see this option where you can enable enterprise territory management, and I'll just click on it. So once you click on it, uh, the next page you will see these options. So this just tells if a user in this territory can view account assigned to the territory, view and edit, or transfer and delete. So I'll just say any users assigned to that territory, then we'll give them view and edit access. And user in territory can view all opportunity associated with the account. Let's give this view all cases. And here we have for opportunity, user in the parent territory can view all opportunities, or it can be view and edit all opportunities associated with territory child's territory. So for example, if you want to have a custom way of assigning territory to opportunity, you can have give an apex class here name, and then you can enable it. So this is a very important thing. Run territory assignment rule during account insert. If we have this unchecked, then uh, territory will not be assigned to an account automatically, but if we check it, then it will go by the rules which we are going to define. When we are having a large data volume insert of accounts through a data loader or through ETL process, I would say have this unchecked so that there's no performance issue. Because once we have this check, it goes through a lot of logic, and then there we see a performance degradation. So in a large data volume, you can have this unchecked. So we'll click on save here with all the settings we have done. So settings have been saved. We'll again write territory here. Now after typing territory, now we see three options. Earlier we were only seeing territory setting. So I'll go with territory model. Let's say business has a requirement where they want to assign users based on the geographical region for all the US accounts. So I'll say new territory model, and we'll say US accounts, and it's in the planning state. After we have this, we'll go back, or we can click on view hierarchy here. So in this, now we will create territory. So let's say I have California accounts. Now what is the territory type? Territory type you can simply set up here. It should have been set up before we set up territory, but I've already set up territory type. So there are multiple territory types based on how you want to set up your accounts. Now we are going geographical wise, so I have two territory types which can suit my need. One is region or zone. Let's say I just choose region right now, and these are the some territory access level I want to set for account. User in this territory can view and edit access, or user can have view all opportunity access. We'll just keep it whatever is coming by default. Now let's say if we want to mm, let's go back to the hierarchy. Now within California we want two more. For example, we want San Diego. I'll click on create territory, and here I will say San Diego. I'll say zone this time and click on save. Now let's go back here again. And we want to give now Texas. Texas region, save it. Now within Texas, I want to create another territory for Dallas. And let's say it's a zone. Click on save. Now, in order for this territory model to work, I can do two things. Either I can manually assign accounts, or I can create a rule. Based on this rule, accounts will automatically be assigned to this territory when those accounts are inserted. So let me create a rule here. It's a very simple rule, just the way we create an Outlook. I'll say rule name city, Dallas, and I'll say field here is city, billing city equals to Dallas. Make it active. Apply the rule to Dallas territory and its descendant. Let's say yes. We don't have child territories, but let's say yes. Okay. Now you can assign these users manually here. So let's say Tom has been added here and click on save. Now we will try to insert a account. Actually, before I create account, I need to activate this, and also let's assign to another user here, just not keep one. Let me add Sam also. Let's save it. And now going back to territory model US accounts, and let's activate this now. Now we will activate it. So once this is done, I'll just go and create one account. I'm going to create another account. Let's say the account name is Tesla, and I will give here billing city as Dallas. Let's say save it. Now we see the assigned territory, that Dallas territory has been assigned, and user in the assigned territory is Tom and Sam. Now if I log in as a Tom, I should be able to see this account. Let me log in as a Tom here, and let's see if I can see that account or not. So I've logged in as a Tom, and I see that I got access to this account, although the owner is somebody else. If you are not able to see this user in assigned territory and assigned territory in your uh, related list, you just need to go to the edit object, and in the page layout you just need to drag assigned territory. Let me just show you really quick. So I've clicked on edit object and I'm on page layout. It is getting refreshed here. So let's wait. So after this refresh, if I click on related list, I just type territory. I have already added. If you don't see it on your related list, you need to just drag and drop it from here to your page layout. Now we have gone through this. So all these users in the assigned territory will have access to this. Now for that account, if you create opportunity, then you also see one more field on the opportunity, which is territory. So you can manually assign this one. So what you can do here is, so once you assign this, then it means all the members associated with this territory would be able to see this opportunity record. I'll click on sales rep Dallas and save it. So yeah, this was all about territory, enterprise territory. Now we will just have one more slide where I show you that what a guide to a sharing architect. In org by default, we can have default for all, where in role hierarchy we can assign it is for roles and sub roles. In sharing rules, we generally assign to group, roles, and subordinates. In manual, we can either assign to a queue or user manually. In teams, we can assign it to a user, and in territory also, we assign it to a user. We don't assign it to roles. So this is how we open up the access. So if OWD is private, then we can open it by role hierarchy, then sharing rules, then manual sharing, then team access, and then territory hierarchy access. Thank you everyone for watching my video. If you really like my video, then please subscribe to my channel and also like this video. Thank you.